Well, this thing's got to be worth something. Ain't got any pictures in it.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning.
Your daughter is up in her bedroom.
Oh, she is, huh? Well,
Yes.
would you be kind enough to tell her that I am back? Here, take this, please.
Of course, sir. Thank you. Oh, good morning,
Good
Courtney.
morning, Mrs. Lucas.
Well, it's about time you got up.
Hannah, whatever happened to good morning?
I don't know. Did I lose a good morning? I thought I had one of that. Good morning. Did you sleep well?
Very. You were up and out awful early this morning.
True, observant daughter. And because I was, I am basically free for the rest of the day.
Well, good. But I only need a few minutes.
Fine. What for?
So you can tell me exactly what did happen between you and Peter and Mother.
So, all we know about Hugo Lancelot is that he escaped from the state penitentiary, right? It would seem he is a formidable opponent.
Who now has possession of the Dar es Salaam Bible.
We will get it back. He is no match for us.
We must find out everything we can about him. Samir, go get a newspaper. Perhaps a later edition will give us more information about this convict.
Right away, Your Highness.
I must talk to you, Felix, frankly. I don't doubt Samir's ability, nor his intentions, nor do I doubt yours.
However, you do not underestimate this Hugo Lancelot. Now, that is a very wise idea, Your Highness. My esteem for him grew just yesterday evening, too. But what I worry about is that he does not know the true value of the Bible, and he could do something careless with it.
We must find him before the police do. And in doing so, we must make a deal and then leave this country. Time is running out, mainly due to your efforts.
Lance? Hey, Lance?
Bam! What's the matter? Too much caffeine?
You are really sick, you know that?
That's all I ever wanted to be. Hey, I thought you were so eager to get away from me. You know, if I didn't know any better, I
You
think
don't. Here's today's paper. You're not front page news anymore. You've been replaced by a Bible.
Bible, let me see.
Yeah, I bet you'd like to get your paws on something like that, wouldn't you?
Shut up, I'm reading.
Yeah, sure, I can see your lips moving.
The value of a $25,000 Bible was sold for a remarkable $1.2 million. Is this all it says?
Excuse me, what else can you say about $1 million book?
You can say why it's worth so much, or why this Princess Dar Salem is so interested in it.
Yeah, sure, and they could say who the guy is who bought it, too, but they don't.
That don't bother me. That don't bother me. I bet this princess would like to get a chance to get her hands back on it.
Yeah, but she can. I mean, I'm sure they got that thing under armed guard by now.
Yeah, it's under armed guard.
What's so funny?
Nothing. I wonder whether she can be found.
Let's look at the bright side, folks. The one thing that we need to solve this problem is just to find Lance. You'll be safe. Babs and Miriam will be safe. And with that $1 million, the Chesterfield Clinic will be safe. A little law enforcement humor.
Yeah, very little. Quite frankly, I'm disappointed in the way you're handling this. You told me that you would have Lance a long time ago.
Yes, I did. And believe me, I want it just as much as you do.
Well, maybe this will convince you to take Harold's advice and stay out of sight.
Hey, I don't think you need to worry about him anymore. I mean, he's got the Bible, right? He's got the contacts, get rid of it. We make a nice sale, make a good chunk of money on it, and take a vacation somewhere.
Does he know what it's worth, though?
He will when he reads this morning's Chronicle.
But if he's in hiding, there isn't any guarantee that he will, is there?
Oh, he will. Somehow. One of Lance's little quirks is that he loves to read about himself. He'll know exactly what it's worth before too long. And I wouldn't feel so secure if I were you, Russ. There's one thing you can depend on Lance being. That's unpredictable.
What do you mean, what happened? I already told you what happened.
But Peter says otherwise.
Of course, the young man is desperate.
And he says the same about you.
Why do you submit yourself to such agony? Can't you see that...
I saw him last night,
Oh?
and it appears you lied to me.
That's his interpretation of what happened.
All right. Give me yours.
I don't admit to any such thing.
Well, go on.
Well, I've already told you there's nothing to go on about. Courtney, when are you going to stop beating yourself over the head with a hammer?
I am only trying to find out the truth.
Come here, sweetheart. I told you the truth a long time ago, and twice now you have refused to accept it.
Because twice now Peter has had a very convincing explanation.
Well, I'm sorry I can't put on a more convincing act, but then I didn't think I had to. I thought the truth would be enough. All right, sweetheart. I sympathize with your situation. When I am given conflicting stories, I ask myself who has the most to lose, and then I try to find out all I can about what I have been told. And it usually happens that the person that has the most to lose is the one that's lying. Now, I think in this case that Peter Davidson fits that description, don't you?
I'm not sure.
All right, look. Call Rosehill. Now, if, as Peter Davidson says, I'm planning to move your mother, then Rosehill should know about it, shouldn't it?
That's funny. It's the same thing Peter said I should do.
Oh, good, fine. Then we're all in agreement. Now, go ahead. Call. And let's put this to rest once and for all. Because I'm tired of going over the same ground.
I'm sorry. I believe you.
Thank you.
Oh, I hate the way I feel now. Nothing is making any sense to me at all. Then again, no one made any guarantees that it would, did they?
No.
Okay, let's talk about where we're going to put Mother up for the wedding. Do you think the King's Arms or the nurse or here?
Oh, come on,
Dad,
Courtney.
she has to be here. I'm getting married. A mother's got a right to be at her own daughter's wedding, and I've got a right to have her here.
What if right in the middle of the ceremony she causes a commotion?
She won't.
She can't control herself.
Then that's a risk I'll take.
It is a risk I refuse to accept. Courtney, you have accepted the situation with Vaughn. Now, when can you accept your mother's situation? She's lost to us. We're never going to have her back again. Look, I don't understand you. You are the one who forced me to accept your mother's condition, and now... Is Peter Davidson giving you false hope about this, too?
You leave Peter out of this.
Not if he's the cause of all of this.
Well, he isn't.
Look, Courtney, I'm trying...
Maybe I just need something to hold on to right now. Maybe everything else Oh, forget it.
No!
I don't want to talk about it, all right?
I do! Honey, I do.
Don't pay any attention to me. I'm just really uptight right now. You know, the preparations for the wedding and everything. I didn't mean any of that. I'm sorry.
Sweetheart, I know you can't see it now, but the future holds all kinds of possibilities. You'll be happy again.
Oh, I'm happy now.
Huh?
Really, I am. Excuse me.
Courtney.
Look, I'm not up to seeing anyone right now, so I'm gonna go back upstairs.
Okay, sweetheart.
Well, good morning, Preston.
Morning.
Did Allison send you those contracts? Preston.
What?
The contracts on the Curtis deal. Did Allison mail them down to you?
Yes.
Well, would it be too much trouble to ask to see them?
No, I don't think so. I'll get them.
That'd be just wonderful, Preston.
More than the Bible being gone, I'm worried about the safety of the people involved. Babs almost getting killed, Harold and Russ threatened.
Mm-hmm. And what about Miriam? Where does she is about this? You know, this is the very thing she was afraid of.
Yes, and with good cause. Jeremy wasn't very encouraging this morning about things. He's convinced that his brother's going to stay around this area.
You know, I think I'd like to make a phone call and see if she's all right.
Yes, well, you go ahead.
I'll make it in the other room.
Yes, you know, and Terry was saying this morning when I dropped her off at the hospital.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Back up. You've already seen Terry Davidson this morning?
Well, yes, we had breakfast this morning before we went to see Sergeant Brubaker. Is there anything wrong with that?
Wait. No, nothing at all.
Well,
as a matter of fact, there's everything right with it.
Oh, well, the point is, she seemed to
I
feel
know what the point is.
Lucille?
I think I hear a patient calling.
Look, wait a minute. Aren't you interested to hear what Terry had to say?
It doesn't take a whole lot of imagination to figure it out.
Yes, I guess it doesn't.
Preston, what is this? We've never agreed to liability on anything if they exceed the federal limitations.
Well, we do if we can't provide the required tonnage and have to supply smaller tankers.
But that's not what it says here.
Oh, yes, it does.
No, it does not, Preston.
Look, right here, Article 16. See Article 16. Now, what do you think that means?
My next point. Article 16 is not here.
Of course it is.
No, it is not, Preston.
I must have left it in the study.
What is the matter with you today?
Nothing. Sun is shining, birds are singing.
Yes, may I speak with Dr. Phillips, please? Saunders. Vic Saunders. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Sanders?
Dr. Phillips, yes. I was wondering if the test results were in.
Oh, yes, they are. I tried to call you, but you forgot to leave a phone number with us.
Oh, well, it's very difficult to pin me down to one number. What were they?
Well, I'm afraid I can't give you that information over the phone.
Doctor, they were my tests.
Mr. Sanders, those are the rules of the clinic. If you want them, you'll have to come in person.
That's the most ridiculous thing. When would be a good time?
Well, actually, we don't make appointments, but, well, actually, it's not very busy right now.
Well, that'll be fine. I'll be right down. Thank you.
You'll be right where?
Personal business, Preston.
Look, I thought you wanted to look this over.
Yes, that'll be fine. Just make sure Schubert gets that in the final version.
Look, don't you want to discuss the upcoming contract in light of the threatened strike?
Well, I'd like to, but I can't, Preston. If Courtney comes down, tell her that I was here and concerned about her, and that perhaps I'll see her when I stop back.
Yeah, I will.
Thank you. Oh, and Preston, if the rush to get this wedding over with so soon is too much for Courtney, I mean, we could always postpone it.
No. Look, it's all right. Courtney wants to get the wedding over as soon as possible.
If she wants to. I mean, I'm only trying to be helpful.
Yes, I know.
I guess it's only keeping with tradition that the groom has very little or no say in any of this.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, thank you.
Vaughn, you will do everything you can to make my daughter happy?
course I will, Preston.
Fine. Hey, the two of you have discussed her desire to have a child.
Oh, yes.
You are amenable to that.
Amenable, yes. Well, I'd better hurry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything at all about the night you got knocked out.
I already told you everything. Now, if you'd have checked out those isolated waterfront areas when I told you before, you might have found Lance by now.
Listen, I got news for you. I did that. Let me tell you something else. Those efforts have been tripled as of 6 a.m. this morning.
You know, I could get you a list of contacts that I got when I was working with my father that Lance might try to get a hold of. Except that something else just occurred to me. Who wants a Bible just as badly as we do?
Those three thugs.
Exactly. Our friend, the princess. Now, she's a very smart lady. I'll bet you that she'll try to contact Lance, get a hold of him before we do.
I think I'd like to have them tailed. Yeah. Put me through to the chief, please. I just hope the rules of diplomatic immunity will let me do this. Yeah, chief. Yeah, this is Brubaker. You know those three characters after the Dar es Salaam Bible? Yeah, the ones with diplomatic immunity. I'd like to get them tailed.
Mr. Sanders is here, Dr. Phillips.
Good, Iwan. Bring him in. Oh, how does it look out there?
Not a soul.
Oh, good. Oh, unless there's an emergency, please don't disturb us, all right?
Well, you're the doctor. Doctor. Mr. Sanders, Dr. Phillips will see you now.
Mr. Sanders, please have a seat.
I'd rather just stand.
Please, sit down.
Well, why don't you just tell me, Doctor?
Well, it's as you suspected. You're sterile.
Is there any possibility
If you mean, could there have been any mistake? I'm afraid not. I'm sorry.
And the impotency?
Well, we can discover nothing physical. It seems to be psychological.
Oh, I refuse to accept that.
Well, in a way, that can be interpreted as hopeful.
Hopeful?
Yes, you can go to therapy. See,
Oh, Doctor, look, there's more to it than therapy.
Mr. Saunders, every test we've given you show that...
Look, about the sterility, isn't there something you can do about that?
I can have a urologist do an evaluation, but...
Fine, then that's what I want.
Look, I don't want to build up any false hopes. Even though I suggest that you see a urologist, I can't say that there would be any different diagnosis. Look, I know how difficult this is for you. It's difficult for any man. But I urge you to seek counseling. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Thank you, Doctor.
No, wait, look. If you won't listen to me, at least read some of these pamphlets.
I'll give you a call when I decide to have another evaluation.
Yes, please do.
Exactly like, well, not exactly like this. I think ivory would suit me better. But I love it. Oh, Miriam, I think you had the prettiest wedding gown I ever saw.
Well, I suppose considering what the designer charged, it should have been.
But we're not having as elaborate an affair. I'm planning on wearing something unassuming and simple.
Courtney.
So which one of the pictures of Eric when he was a baby? This one, right?
Courtney, look, you don't have to pretend with me.
Pretending? I think a church wedding would be nice, but, well, that isn't practical considering our situation.
It would also be nice to marry someone you're in love with.
I appreciate your concern, but I don't really think you've got the right to make comments like that on my relationship with Vaughn.
I only say that because someone has to. Courtney, I can look at these pictures and I see everyone smiling and looking just stunning, but at the same time, I remember how I felt. I was miserable. That was the beginning. It hurts to remember how foolish I was, and it hurts to see that you are headed in the very same direction.
And you mean to tell me that there weren't any moments of happiness at all?
No, there were moments, a few moments, but you can't count on those to pull you through the rest of your life.
And what about when Eric was born?
Well, I didn't really appreciate or know what it was about to be a mother until last
see,
year.
now there's the difference. I think I really do, and I'm looking forward to having a
Courtney,
child.
you cannot use a baby to insulate yourself against the effects of a bad marriage.
Look, let's just drop it.
No, let's not. We need to Courtney, Mrs. Lucas can get that, please. This is...
I'll get it, Mrs. Lucas. Vaughn.
Feeling better?
Much.
You didn't come down earlier. I began to worry.
Oh, no need to. We will be happy, won't we?